Good morning, leaders! I am May Ann Singson, a third-year BSed English student. This time, my group mates and I are excited to present to you another important topic under Module 4, entitled Producing Learning Resources Using Technology Tools. Our discussion will focus on Lesson 1, Characteristics of Appropriate Instructional Materials in Language Teaching. Please listen carefully and get ready to gain valuable insights. Now, let me present our learning outcomes for this presentation. This slide summarizes what you should be able to achieve by the end of our discussion. At the end of the lesson, the students will be able to: first, identify various instructional materials and technology tools in language learning. Second, explain the characteristics of good, appropriate instructional materials and technology tools in learning language. And evaluate the relevance and appropriateness of ICT resources in language learning. Alright, now that we've shared our learning objectives, let's talk about why instructional materials are so important and why do they play a big role in making lessons effective. There are two main reasons. Number 1, support better student learning. And number 2, teacher efficiency. First, support better student learning. Improve students' knowledge and skills. As teachers, providing well-made materials will help your students understand lessons more easily and improve their skills. When you present a clear and organized information, it makes learning smoother and more effective for them. Second, teacher efficiency. Support teachers in managing class requirements effectively. Always remember that good materials help teachers plan lessons and manage the class better, so they can spend more time helping students. Now, the importance of instructional materials specifically in language classes are: number 1, it makes learning more engaging and authentic. Yes, indeed, materials with real-life examples and fun activities keep students interested and help them relate lessons to their own lives. Second, encourage active participation from both teachers and students. Quality materials encourages participation, hence it will involve both teachers and students in active learning, like group work, discussions, and hands-on activities. This makes learning more fun and effective. Third, provide opportunities for students to acquire essential language skills. Definitely, instructional materials will help students practice the 4K skills: reading, writing, listening, and speaking, helping them in develop their language abilities successfully. Now that we already understand why instructional materials matter, let's explore how technology can make them even better. Let's talk about the ICT-based tools and language teaching in the Philippines, specifically the role of ICT in language instruction. So, here in the Philippines, in our classrooms, we teach several languages: the student's mother tongue, Filipino, English, and often other foreign languages. The good news is, ICT plays a vital role in improving how we teach these languages. First, it enhances teaching effectiveness and student performance. Yes, it can improve teaching. ICT tools makes our teaching more effective by helping us present lessons in fun and engaging ways. Second, offer tools to create engaging instructional materials. ICT will allow teachers to create more interesting and useful teaching materials like interactive activities, multimedia presentation, and resources that fit students' different learning styles. Alright, since we've already explored the overall benefits of ICT in language instruction, let's delve into the specific tools and approaches that make this possible: the computer-based instructional tools and materials in language teaching. Let's tackle the specific computer-based tools and resources we use to enhance language learning. There are two main categories of computer-based tools we employ. First, we have computer-assisted language learning, or CALL, and the language instructional materials supported by technology tools. Okay, let's talk about CALL, or computer-assisted language learning. So CALL is an advanced teaching methodology using computers to achieve language learning objectives. In simplest explanation, it's a modern way of teaching languages using computers. Those language learning games, online exercises, virtual classrooms, and multimedia lessons, those are all examples of CALL. Think of it as using technology to make learning languages easier and more fun. Now, CALL offers several key benefits. Number one, it motivates students and makes language learning easier. Yes, because take note that CALL uses games, interactive exercises, and videos to keep students interested and motivated. It's a lot more fun than just reading a textbook. Second, overcome hurdles in traditional teaching. It means that CALL solves problems with traditional teaching. Not everyone learns the same way, so CALL lets students learn at their own speed and in ways that work best for them. Finally, improve student language competencies. Yes, CALL really boosts language skills. Since it's interactive and gives students time to practice, students tend to learn and improve much faster.
Alright, good morning once again, leaders. My name is Magin Laurontadoy, and I will be going to continue the discussion. So we are done discussing about the CALL or the computer-assisted language learning. Now let's move to another computer-based instructional tools and materials in language teaching, which is language instructional materials supported by technology tools. As we all know, we are now living in an era where everything is digital, where teaching and learning is much more easier compared to the old days. In 2017, a joke had cited different types of instructional materials that is useful in teaching English as a second language. But actually, it doesn't only apply in teaching English as a second language, but also in other languages. So without further ado, let's start uncovering these different instructional materials that are supported by technology tools. One of the common types of instructional materials in language teaching and learning is a chart. Chart can be seen in printed materials, but their presentation can be enhanced and presented in a 3D or 4D with the aid of technology. Charts can also help language learners to read with understanding the data and concepts that are not presented in text form. So we have here some of many technology tools that can help us generate charts. We have the Microsoft Word, the Microsoft Excel, and the very popular, the Microsoft PowerPoint. Microsoft Word not only allows us to generate documents, to create docs, but also it has the another features that we can create charts and graphs to at least add an appeal in the presentation of our text. So we have another one, the Microsoft Excel. So one of the main features of Microsoft Excel is to create a chart and graphs. But for language learners, a simple chart created in Microsoft Excel is much more comprehensible than to see a lot of sheets full of cells and numbers. The next one, the Microsoft PowerPoint, which I believe is very popular to us, and we use it often. Just like what we are doing now, we use a PowerPoint presentation through its slide to present to you our topic. This feature of PowerPoint presentation can enhance an interactive learning. So aside from the three apps that I have mentioned earlier, there are still a lot of apps that we can use to create charts, just like the numbers, the V's, the 3D charts, and the ROAMB analytics, which also support advanced chart making. Now let's move to another language instructional materials that is supported by technology tools, which is the posters. So in the Philippines, many schools are requiring their students to participate in poster making activity. This is to further develop their creativity and to express their ideas through pictorial device. With the advent of tutorial videos on YouTube, students can develop more creative and digitalized posters. Moreover, there are a lot of applications that students can download and use it for their poster making activity. Just examples that we have here, we have the Spark Post, Canvas Poster Maker, Black Posters, Posterini, and Poster My Wall. These several applications that I have mentioned have almost the same features that allows us to generate our custom-made or our own posters. But I want to highlight the one application that I believe is very familiar to us. We often use this application, the Canva. So under the Canva, we have there the Canva Poster Maker. So in the Canva Poster Maker, it offers hundreds of ready-made templates designed and prepared by their professional designers. So in just a minute or in just some clicks, we are able to create our custom-made posters. Now let's move to another language instructional material supported by technology tools, which is the flashcards. So flashcards are indispensable instructional materials in teaching language. These are commonly used in reading and teaching lessons in morphology and phonology. With the existence of free educational websites, teachers will not have the difficulty in preparing their flashcards. So we have here a list of websites that is organized by Softonic 2020 that could help teachers to prepare flashcards for their language classes. We have the Anki that creates multimedia flashcards. When we say multimedia flashcards, it has the features with a text, image, and sound. The next one is the Vocabula, adds gamified elements to vocabulary building. So Vocabula focuses more on the study of words. To make expanding your vocabulary more fun and addictive, Vocabula offers these competitive elements with achievements and rankings, just like in gamings. So the next one is Edu Koala, or Learn Spanish with Edu Koala. So this website is very unique because it uses a lock screen quizzes for vocabulary learning. Instead of using the traditional way of unlocking your phone, Edu Koala will give you some quizzes or vocabulary quizzes to unlock your phone, and you are given 3 times to answer it correctly. And the developer of this website also admits that this application doesn't apply in every phone, or I mean not compatible to every phone because other phones doesn't works. And what good thing about this website is that you can choose what language do you want to appear or what vocabulary language do you want to appear in your lock screen. And the last one is Study Blue. So Study Blue allows us to create flashcards with text, sound, and images. Like for example, you take a photo or draw something and then add some information on it manually or verbally. So another language instructional materials that is supported by technology tools that I'm going to tackle is the slides. So among the numerous types of teaching aids, film strips and slides have long been pivotal in education. They offer visual supports that brings lessons to life. So we have here several presentation application that is useful in teaching language. We have the Microsoft PowerPoint. So Microsoft PowerPoint has revolutionized classroom presentations. So according to Segundo and Salazar 2011, PowerPoint is the world's most widely used presentation program, allowing teachers to produce professional-looking presentations for their EFL classroom. So with the aid of Microsoft PowerPoint presentation, it helps teachers to organize lessons effectively and makes it easier for students to grasp complex concepts. So another presentation application that we have is the Poton. Poton is a web-based animation software. So Poton offers a dynamic approach to presentations with its wide array of media options, graphics, cartoons, and animated images. So Seaman and Ismail 2018 highlighted Poton's potential in teaching, fostering critical thinking and problem-solving skills essential for the 21st century teaching and learning. With the features of this application, Photon presentation is really engaging. They make learning fun and more interactive. Another presentation application that we have is the Google Slides or the Google Drive presentations, where it is accessible cloud-based presentations. With Google Drive presentation, it ensures accessibility and collaboration. Whether using a PC or Android devices, lessons are always within reach of everybody. So through Google Drive presentation, it allows students to work together seamlessly regardless of where they are. Another powerful tool for presentation is the Prezi. It is an interactive presentations improving grammar learning, according to USNI and Kumita 2016. So Prezi is another tool, and another study had claimed that it is widely used in academic settings, just like the PowerPoint presentation. So research by USCA 2013 shows that Prezi is gaining popularity among instructors, professional speakers, and students alike. That means not only instructors or professionals are using Prezi presentation, but also students keep on posting presentations for academic purposes. And for the instructors, the benefits of using Prezi is if they want to reinvigorate their classroom instruction, they can use Prezi. So the dynamic nature of Prezi presentation makes learning more interactive and engaging for the students. According to USNI and Kumita, in language teaching, their study shows that utilizing Prezi for grammar lessons not only improves students' grammar mastery but also garners positive responses from learners. However, it's crucial to adhere to instructional design principles to avoid overwhelming students with too many features. So the integration of technology in language instructions offers immense benefits, from making learning more engaging to improving educational outcomes. So through the use of this Microsoft PowerPoint, Photon, Google Slides or Google Drive presentation and the Prezi, so we can transform the way we teach or the way the teacher teach and the way a learner learn languages.
Good morning, leaders. I am Felby Sonia, and for the continuation of our report, I will be discussing 4 more language instructional materials supported by technology tools. Number 5, worksheets and forms. Worksheets are printable or digital documents that provide structured activities, exercises, or tasks for students to complete. They are used to reinforce lessons, test understanding, and practice skills, and its purpose is to provide practice on specific language concepts such as grammar, vocabulary, reading comprehension, and writing. Forms, on the other hand, are used to collect information, responses, or data from students. In the educational context, forms are often used for quizzes, surveys, feedback collection, or to gather students' responses in a more organized manner. Technology tools have made it easier to create interactive worksheets and forms that can automatically grade or track students' progress. Here are some examples of worksheets and forms. Google Forms, a web-based tool for creating surveys, quizzes, and forms to collect data from students or participants. It can automatically grade quizzes, and responses are stored in Google Sheets for easy analysis. An example is a teacher uses Google Forms to create a quiz on a specific subject, automatically collecting and grading students' responses. Next is Monkey Survey Form. This tool helps in creating surveys to collect information, gather feedback, and analyze results. An example is a teacher could create a survey to understand students' preferred learning styles. Next is paper forms. Traditional printed forms used for collecting responses. While not digital, they still serve a role in gathering written data or conducting quizzes, usually offline. An example of this is a printed questionnaire used in a classroom to assess students' reading comprehension. Survey Planet, a tool that allows users to create surveys and forms for different purposes, is known for its user-friendly interface and customization options. An example is a survey for evaluating the effectiveness of a new teaching method. Next is ClickTap Survey, an app designed for creating surveys and forms, especially useful for on-the-go collection of data often used on tablets. Example is a teacher uses ClickTap Survey to gather quick feedback from students after a lesson. Next is Typeform, a platform for creating interactive and visually appealing forms and surveys. It emphasizes user engagement with simple designs and logic jumps. An example of this is a survey for students to rate their learning experience in a class. Cognitive Form. This is an online form builder that allows teachers to create forms, surveys, or quizzes and automate processes like grading. Example, a form to gather parental feedback on a school event. Next is Ninja Forms, a WordPress plugin that helps teachers and educators create various forms and surveys directly on their website. An example is a teacher might create a contact form for parents to reach out to them for parent-teacher conferences. Now, let's discuss about newsletters. Newsletters are periodic publications, either printed or digital, that communicate important information, updates, or content. They are excellent tools for developing students' language skills as they involve reading, writing, and understanding information presented in a structured format. In the educational context, newsletters serve as a means to share class updates or announcements, provide summaries of lessons or resources, highlight student achievements and upcoming events, and encourage students to write and contribute articles. Technology has transformed newsletters into interactive, visually appealing, and easily shareable tools, enhancing their educational value. Here are the skills developed through newsletters: receptiveness to language, reading, listening, and understanding. Receptiveness to language, reading, listening, and understanding are considered essential skills developed through newsletters because newsletters inherently involve consuming and processing information, which strengthens these areas of language learning. When we say receptiveness to language, reading, listening, and understanding, it is the ability to perceive, interpret, and process language effectively, decoding written text, understanding its meaning, and critically analyzing the content. It is the ability to understand spoken language, which can also be indirectly developed through written content like newsletters, and the ability to interpret and make sense of written or spoken content, connecting it to prior knowledge or applying it in context. Newsletters also develop vocabulary, spelling, and imagination. Exposure to structured and diverse writing styles enhances a learner's ability to grasp different tones, vocabularies, and grammatical structures, spelling, and even imagination. By reading newsletters regularly, students become more attuned to how language is used in various contexts, such as formal announcements, creative articles, or informative sections. Example, students reading a class newsletter learn how to interpret announcements in formal language or recognize expressive phrases in creative writing. Now, what are the factors that we need to consider when creating newsletters? When creating newsletters, Considering accuracy, images, audience, writing, and research is crucial to ensure the newsletter is effective, engaging, and relevant. Each of these factors contribute to the quality and impact of the newsletter as a language instructional material and communication tool. Why do these factors matter? Well, accuracy ensures the information presented is correct, clear, and trustworthy. Errors in facts, grammar, or spelling can mislead readers, reduce credibility, and hinder learning. Language instruction relies on accurate models of grammar, syntax, and usage for students to emulate. Visual elements enhance understanding, break up text, and make the newsletter more appealing and engaging. Images can reinforce the written content by providing context, examples, or illustrations. Tailoring the newsletter to the intended audience ensures the language, tone, and content meet their needs and expectations. Understanding the audience, for example, the students, parents, teachers, helps maintain relevance and engagement. Clear, concise, and well-organized writing ensures readers can easily understand the content. Writing quality reflects the professionalism and educational value of the newsletter. Research ensures the content is accurate, informative, and enriched with relevant details or examples. For example, learners will research articles expose them to credible and diverse sources of language usage. Why these factors are interrelated? Number one, accuracy depends on thorough research to provide correct information. Number two, images need to match the content and resonate with the audience. Number three, writing must be tailored to the audience and supported by accurate, well-researched content. And number four, audience influences decisions about tone, complexity, and even the choice of images and topics. Let's continue to number 7, pamphlets. It is a condensed large amounts of information into a manageable format, making it easier for learners to understand. It allows students to practice writing concisely, organizing ideas, and using appropriate language for different audiences. Designing a pamphlet allows students to integrate visuals and text creatively and stimulate authentic writing tasks such as promotional materials, travel guides, or educational brochures. One of the technology tools used for pamphlet is Microsoft Publisher. Microsoft Publisher is a desktop publishing tool that allows teachers to create pamphlets, brochures, and other printed materials with templates for various subjects. For example, a pamphlet outlining the rules of a classroom. Next, Adobe Spark. It is a web-based tool for creating visually engaging pamphlets and other educational materials. It offers templates that are easy to use. Example, a teacher creates a pamphlet for a new unit on history with interactive graphics and educational content. Another one is LucidPress. LucidPress is a cloud-based design tool used for creating pamphlets, brochures, and newsletters. It's suitable for educational materials that require creative layouts. For example, an educator designs a pamphlet on study tips and resources for students. Another language learning material supported by technology is brochures. Brochures are similar to pamphlets but often contain more detailed information and are used to present a wider range of content. They are used to inform or persuade. Technology tools that we could use for brochures are Microsoft Publisher, as I have said, is used for creating professional-looking brochures. It offers several templates for various educational needs. Canva. It is a popular design tool that allows easy creation of brochures, posters, and other visual materials with user-friendly templates. Another technology tool is Venngage. It is a platform that allows users to design brochures with easy-to-use templates and customization options for educational content. Next is Visme. It is a versatile tool for creating brochures and infographics, often used in educational settings for interactive and visually rich content. And finally, FlipSnap. FlipSnap is a tool that allows users to create digital brochures with a flipbook style interface. It's useful for presenting brochures in an interactive way. Each of these tools provides different features to create effective educational materials, helping students and educators engage with content more effectively. That's all for my report. Thank you and good day.